I saw this one channel on the sidebar. It's called Gabbinat. It's really inspired by ICS and is inconceivably peak. Look at this stuff, bro. Check them out immediately. Leave this video, put it in your watch later or something. Get it for 3 years and then come back to it and wonder where the years have gone. Anyways, video 41, Sins of Flesh, Playlist Nightmare, the 12th video in the playlist, now the 10th, released on July 16th, 2022. Your notes are that the red dot has appeared again, paired with how it was and he's here, it might represent what happened to Vic, which puts in question the meaning of Luna. Final section, we see blood, and we hear a sound effect that is used in the Silent Hill series. There's interpretations that this video is the one where it becomes obvious without a doubt that these videos are about a victim of rape. The sound effect is called Shudder, or according to the one video could find about it, Shud, from the bizarre guitar sample pack. I'm not fully sure what this video means story-wise, the rape part is obvious, but the rest is mysterious. The red dot tells us that someone is watching us, and the spike color analog is he's here in suffocation. The thing that really makes this hard to understand is why Nia gives that look. It's definitely not an expression that shows a negative opinion of the person. Video 42, Walk With Me, the playlist Nightmare, the 13th video in the playlist, now the 11th, released on August 2nd, 2022. In the first change, the hallway turns into the hospital and run, though we see eyes and stars on the roof. In the second change, the hallway becomes the same as the one we've seen people, like linking to 2 videos. This also implies Nia's appearance in the end. There's interpretations that I used to think this was just Nia showing some trauma and pain, but some of the elements and people, along with the president of the hospital here, are more confusing. I'll elaborate more on the people analysis. Nothing to add other than the fact that Nia has tears in this scene. Video 43, Way Back Home Part 1, the first video on the playlist released on August 28, 2022. Also that we see strange ghostly face flash inside the mirror, the second face being bloody skull with hands reaching out. The time seems to be 9 AM. All the keys are on the board except for the one that Nia had. There are 4 doors here, meaning they can't be the same building as we've seen in Exploring and Run, as that one has 2 doors. Building those videos are also missing the fence on the roof. Visual interpretation is that I still believe that this building is the hospital Neil was held in. It seems as it had been shut down as no one is present and all the room keys are there. The series itself could also be Nia simply returning home from the hospital. Something I now realize is that this black and white hospital cannot be the same one Nia was in during Insanity, especially considering that Nia goes from this hospital to the black and white one. Also, the fence and the roof is the same as the one in the Sorrow Tower, but the shape of the roof is different and text Hanashimi is missing. Video 44, Way Back Home Part 2. The second video was released on September 8th, 2022. Version notes that the close-up of the window confirms that this is the hospital, with barred windows. Which interpretation is that we confirm that the hospital is in disrepair and is very far from society. Yeah, that's completely wrong. The windows are barred. If they are, then I'm scared to see what broke these bars. Video 45, Peephole on the playlist Nightmare. The 14th video on the playlist, now the 12th, released on September 19th, 2022. Version notes are that we see blinking, so this is in the perspective of someone. His appearance changes to near the exact appearance that she had in Walk With Me. The text at the end says, I'm home. The image in the thumbnail is never seen in the video. Whether this means anything or not is unknown. Version interpretation is that there's a very likely possibility this and Walk With Me are connected. Possibly that whoever the person's whose point of view we're seeing through is the same. I believe that Walk With Me was Nia showing someone how much she suffered, making them see her as a monster. The I'm home text makes me think that it's possible that from here on it takes place after Way Back Home and Insanity. To add, this video references the painting associated with Tommy as Hell, made after the artist who made it was a victim of sexual assault, reflecting Nia's traumas. So the door opens at the end of the video, which in one of my videos I explain as an invitation for the point of view character to find out more about Nia. Video 46, Crimson Snow, in the playlist Nightmare, the 15th video in the playlist, now the 13th, released on October 14th, 2022. You'll notice that the song that plays is The Slow Kill in the Cold by Silencer. The music's title fits very well with what happens in the video. If you pay attention, the wound when Nia is on the ground is different to the one she got when she grabbed the snow. The latter is on her wrist. The text says, this nightmare is just beginning. Original interpretation is that from this point on, Shadow's full body is almost never shown, at least in Nightmare. The one time we see his whole body, it's at a distance, as if his influence is far away, but he still lingers in Nia's mind. My theory that this section of Nightmare takes place after Insanity and Way Back Home is correct, but the text might indicate that even without Shadow directly present, she will still suffer because of him. I was wrong. We immediately after see Shadow up close. Also, the reason the wound is on her wrist is that there's just a little slash that implies that she slit herself. Still don't know what the text means though. Video 47, Suffocation, and the playlist Nightmare. The 16th video in the playlist, now the 14th, released on October 17, 2022. Original notes are that Nia's facial expression is already worried when the video begins. Nia wakes up, she's no longer wearing the black robe or coat, and instead of wearing the striped clothes. Why are there cabinets in that part of the bedroom? There's interpretations that this video is important because it confirms that most videos in Nightmare are in fact nightmares instead of things that actually happen to the character. As noted in some videos, the spiked wire that surrounds Nia's neck parallels the spiked collars and ears here instead of the flesh. Also, the thing that Nia's wearing in Nightmare looks like a black straitjacket. Video 48, Warm Bath. Not in the playlist, and the 11th video not in the playlist, released on October 24th, 2022. Original notes are that we see a blade and pills on opposite sides of the bathtub. The original interpretation is that it's one of many references to self-injury, and we know that Nia takes some medication, so perhaps this may be symbolic for Nia considering both possibilities. I have nothing to add. Video 49, For You. Playlist on your phone, first video on the playlist, released on November 2nd, 2022. Original notes are that we see the opposite of this happen later. Original interpretation is that because of For Me, I am unsure if this video represents the artist or Nia. But either way, it shows where this representing sacrificing something from themselves for someone else. Video 50, Way Back Home Part 3, and the playlist Way Back Home, the third video in the playlist released on November 10th, 2022. Original notes are that the transition occurs when Nia passes the fence. Pay close attention to the background after the transition, you can see that there's now a wall with barbed wire on the top. Nia's also wearing a straitjacket in the scene. This interpretation is that we can definitely tell that while Nia is walking, she's a flashback to when she was in the hospital. Nothing to add, but I like how this is the most replayed part. And that's it for this video. Another 10 videos gone. Woo-wee.